Hey, I'm back, and it's time to look at a little jewelry. It's Rhonda with Got Junk in Our Trunk Estate Services. Hope you are doing well where you are today. It is the South, and it is up plus 90 degrees at 9 a.m. in the morning, so I'm glad I can work inside and drink iced tea all day long. Yes, I'm going to wear my tiara. I did get this at a yard sale. Oh my goodness. I did get this at a yard sale that I went to a couple of weeks ago with my mom, and you saw it on the haul video or the yard sale video or whatever. And I got some silver jewelry. It's not anything that's stellar or anything like that, but all of the little things add up. So I'm going to show you the haul that I got. All I've done at this point is just kind of go through it and pull things out, kind of separate the things that I saw that was silver and things like that. A lot of times being in an estate liquidator, I can pick something up and just know by the weight of it, you know, what it is, whether it has a hallmark on it or not. I do have a silver test kit, and I've got it somewhere down here, so I don't know where that is, but anyway, it's down there. And one of my favorite little tools that I use is one of these. I got this for about, I don't know, maybe $6, $7, something like that. I try to buy on eBay when I can because I am an eBay seller. So I like to patronize the people there because they patronize me. It's got your magnifying glass up at the top, which, you know, is helpful for anything. It's jewelry, anything like that. I've got a regular jewelry loop that I use, and I carry it. I put it on a chain around my neck, and I actually wear it like it's a necklace, you know, just kind of down inside my shirt when I'm at a yard sale or whatever. But I can pull it out if I feel like I need to or whatever. I rarely do. I usually will just buy something in a bundle and usually get a pretty good deal on it. But this is pretty cool because it's got, this one's lighted, and it's got the magnifying glass up at the top. And then you've got more of a jewelry loop style here. And then see how it lights up. And so you can look at things really well. There you go. And I think this one takes like 3 AAA batteries, so it's something that's simple. Go to a Dollar Tree or something, get your batteries, you know, they're expendable. Take them out in between times, you know, make them last a little bit longer. But I like to use that. And my grandbabies do too because, you know, they feel like that they're, you know, treasure hunting in my room anyway. So they're all gone for the weekend, so you can see that I'm having a little Rhonda time today. I may wear this all day long. In fact, I may wear it all weekend long. That would be really cool. But I'm planning on being at home and resting, getting some rest time and things like that. But I thought I'd shoot out this little video real quick just to show you just some little simple pieces, costume jewelry, things like that. I do have an Etsy store that I've set up. I was on Etsy several years ago, and I've set up with a new name. And so I've only got one item on there as of yesterday, and I'm going to put some more things on it this weekend and kind of get it rolling. And, of course, I sell some of this on eBay. Some of it I'm going to put in my booze, and I'll kind of go through there and tell you, you know, what I'm going to do there. Another thing that I use a lot are some of these little displays. I got these. I've got 3 of them, I think, 3 or 4 of them. I had them in my shop until I closed it in July of 2016. I was using these. They're really great to put something on like Trifari jewelry or something like that that you want to showcase just a little bit more. But I do use this for some of my photos and things like that. It's lightweight. It's something that you can just throw into a tote or something like that if you set up at a swap meet or at a flea market or something along those lines. So I'll show you a few of the necklaces on here, and that might give you a little bit better look. And I'm sorry if the lighting is low. I'm playing around with my lights too, so you know how that is. You get something new and you got to play around with it for a while to figure out how it works. So we'll start with what I call the junk jewelry, the stuff that I'm going to just kind of put in my booze. I'll probably put it on some cards. Some I'm going to put in bags. I buy the little jewelry bags. What do my nails need doing? I put it in the little jewelry bags. like this, if it's something simple, you know, something that doesn't need some reinforcement of some sort, I don't necessarily put it on a card. A lot of times I'll do this and just punch a hole in the top of it here, seal it up, punch a hole. And then I've got some pegboards and things like that in a lot of my booths. I can do that, or I've got some showcases, you know, also that I can just lay out the pieces and not even have to expend this. These usually run maybe about a penny a piece, something like that. If I buy it in a larger volume, I can get it even cheaper. I do get these on eBay as well. I get the 100 bags, the 3x3 is what size this is. And so they come in hundreds, and they're really cheap. They're not expensive at all. But it makes it look a little more professional. You can also do some tags and stick some tagged information down in there. My booths don't usually care. They know I'm an estate liquidator, and I put my cards out and things like that. And so I draw them some business, and they draw me some business. Just going to go through things really quickly if I can. These are some of them that I pulled out. Little set of earrings. It's just got the faux jewels and stuff in there. And keep in mind something that I didn't mention. When I went to this yard sale with Mom, I had gone in and I found 2 or 3 pieces of that was marked 925 on it. And I could tell that they were truly silver or whatever. A couple of alpaca pieces and things like that. And so when I found like 5 or 6 of them, I pulled in as many as, I think I had 13 pieces or something like that pulled aside. And the lady was going to take like $2 for all of those. And then the more I started looking, I thought, whoa, wait a minute. There's some other little silver pieces here and things like that. And it's not solid silver. A lot of it, she had made the jewelry, or her daughters had, or something like that. And so it was the wires and the pieces that were in there were silver. But it was something that, you know, I'd be able to sell for a little bit more, and I knew they'd sell a little bit better. So I ended up giving her $12 for the whole deal. I just took every bit of jewelry that she had. And so that's what you're seeing, some of these junk pieces. Also got this little pair. And none of these are silver. These are just the little costume ones. Like those. This little set. That's kind of 70-ish. Doesn't go with the tiara, but those. Got several little sets of like these. I've got orange, you know, just the loops. Some of these I may keep because a lot of times I'll keep a few things like this because I wear these type of things, and you know, I'm in and out of storage units and catching my ears and everything else on stuff. So I like to wear cheap jewelry unless I'm going out or something. But I got several sets of those. And then some more of this type thing. That's almost like a, it's not Bakelite, but it almost has the feel of a Bakelite on something like that. Cool pieces. Got these for cheap fancy. These are loose down here. They don't have any marking on them or anything. I'll test them just to make sure, but those are pretty. Also, I'll test these, but I thought these were cute. It almost looks like a little ice cube. And there's, I think they're all pierced, if I remember right. They should be all pierced. Some of them are the fish hooks, some are other things, some are falling on the floor, but several little pairs of, you know, just little simple pearls. A lot of these things I will test. These I can tell are not, you know. These. That would be good to go out or like with a little Egyptian look or something. Got a few pairs of these that, again, are like got the little 70s look to it. that type thing. Some of them do have older pieces. You know, you can tell by the metal work and things like that. They're a little bit older. These are groovy. A lot of the little studs. Plain little studs. And several of these, like these type, look more handmade to me. If I looked at them up close, you know, where they join and things like that, they look more handmade. Things like that. A lot of times I'll go into even my bin store, which I'm very fortunate because my bin store actually pulls aside jewelry, and half the time it's Mardi Gras beads. They will sell. But they'll pull aside the jewelry as much as they can. Every once in a while I find it. I like to go to the purse bin because a lot of times they don't even look down in the pockets. There's money and everything else down there. I found people's credit cards and all kinds of stuff. Look, those look like disco balls. Make me wanna. These. In the job that I'm in, I don't wear a lot of jewelry now. I mean, you'll see like little rings. Like I found this one, not in this jewelry haul, but I found that one. Isn't that cute? It's got the little double hearts and stuff. It's silver, and I paid 50 cents for it at a yard sale. This one is silver. I wear it all the time, and I get a lot of compliments on it. It's hard to tell, but this is really a pretty little stone that's in here. I like the antique-y. I wear a lot of the silver and stuff. I got that at Walmart for $5.95, so, you know, and it's heavy. It's a nice heavy piece. If I sold it, I'd probably sell it for around $35, so that one doesn't want to behave, but you get the idea on that. Just real funky. Halloween is coming up, and these are cute little ones. Little misbehaving witches. Got a couple of pairs of these. I've got a cousin that makes bottle cap keychains. And she sells them all over. I think she probably sells them on Etsy and things like that. I know that she sells them on her Facebook page. And she ships and stuff, but that reminded me of her when I saw these. Got that pair and a little green pair. Couple of rings, but it wasn't anything dramatic, like I said. This one will go to granddaughter because it's adjustable. Back on the back. But she'll look like she's going out on the town. She likes to dress up like princesses. I love this one. I wish this was in my size, even though it's a cheap ring. Love this. How awesome is that? I guess I could look like Mr. T and just put it on my pinky. These are some more of the handmade. It almost looks like a dream catcher, an ear dream catcher. What kind of dreams would you catch in your ears, I wonder? But I'm telling you, the young girls are starting to wear these things again, and they are wearing tank tops, jeans, and fancy jewelry. Now, one little set, I did test these, and they didn't test silver. They felt like they could be, but they were kind of like light even for silver. A little set of 3 bracelets. Little cute little look. More of the big loops. That's a little large. Or the little handmade. Did find a few necklaces. These are just some of the simple little, you know, I'll put them in my booth kind of necklaces. That goes with that pair that I just held up. Of course, it's got the adjustable on the back. I've got a pair of yellow and a pair of pink, like these. They almost feel like glycerin soap or something. This type. And see, if I put those in my booth, I'll put like $6.50 on them. And like I said, I gave $12 for all that I got. More of the little chains. This one has the other one was black. It was all black-ish. This one's got the black and the silver and the gold. These are kind of different. This is the fish hook. The fish hook ones, and they're really long. And this is almost like a prism that's on here. It'll pick up different colors like your pink and things. Got a few like these. Okay, that's a set there. Green, kind of a mint green. Almost Christmas. And see, I'll go ahead and put these out. People start buying. They can't buy it if they don't know you have it. More of this type. Lots of the little beads, the stone looking, you know, things like that. I got several more like that. You know, that's the beads that I won't show or whatever. I got probably 7 or 8 different pairs of those. This reminds me, I was born in 1960. So I'm an antique almost. Antique is 100 years old though, because I'm not a rug and I'm not a car. But this reminds me of like the 70s and stuff. I used to go to Spencer's Gifts. You know, everybody used to go to Spencer's Gifts. But we used to buy these and then head down to the skating rink, you know, because that looks really cool in the disco ball. Got a few things like this that'll need some repair or reworking of some sort or whatever, and I can do all of that. A little bangly type bracelet. It's got all kinds of doodads on there. And this one is brand new. So see, even if I sold this for half of what it was marked, it's a sapphire. It's something that Cracker Barrel carries. It's a stretch bracelet. A stretch bracelet. Kind of looks like those things you hang on your wall. You know, the artwork, hammered artwork. Some more of the big ones. I had that blue pair. I've got a green pair, like that blue. And she took a domino. She made a pendant out of it with an S. I thought that was kind of interesting. Little inexpensive necklaces. Like I said, I'm going to put them on my... I'll put them on my... Probably on Offer Up. I'll put a few of them up on Offer Up and put some on marketplace and stuff like that and just put them in my boots. If they sell one place, then I'll take it off the other place, you know. An expensive set. It's got the earrings and the necklace. Those little beaded ones. And like something like that, I'd probably put, I don't know, $6 to $8 or whatever and hope to get 5. Oh, I'm not even using my jewelry thing. Why didn't you tell me? Let's see, this type of thing. Might not can get them hanged just right. It's a shell. Pretty shell. Got really pretty colors. I don't know. I'm not happy with my light today, but y'all just have to believe me when I say, wow, this is gorgeous. A couple of these type. A lot of times you'll see a cameo on the end of it or something like that. Of course, that'd be worth a little bit more. I do collect some of the old carnival jewelry from like the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s in there. And then I also collect cameos. So if anybody wants to send me one, you can. You see, it's just a pretty little choker style. And then we've got one with a star. I thought this was awesome. Let's see if I can pull this up here. You can see it. Right, can you see? Pokemon! And it flips. Pokemon. Somebody will want that, won't they? And then I've got a little pile back here of pieces that were like broken, and you know, my grandkids will like those. And beads are expensive, really expensive actually. But that's all of kind of the junk jewelry. And then the other jewelry that I've got, it's going to look similar. Let me use my glasses, if you don't mind. So I can see you, see me, see whatever. Let's see if I can put this here, and that way we can work around it. I may not need this, because I've got my magnet. All of this from here forward, this all has sterling clasp, or it's got sterling on it. Okay, so we got this little piece. This is really pretty. It's got the dark stones on it. And it's marked. You can see where it's marked. If you can see it or not, I don't know that I can hold it open for you to see it. See how it's marked right there? It says 925 right there. So when you open it, that's going to say 925 there. I've got the earrings that match. And then these also, I need my glasses after all, huh? So the camera can find it. Can you see that? Be marked right here. Let's try this. One on my needle. Be patient. Let's see if we can do this. This might show a little more. So I want you to see what you're looking for. Well, hard to get that to focus, but you see where it goes up and it's flattened out right here. It says 925 there. We might see it on another piece a little bit better. Got these. It's marked right there. Whoop. My camera doesn't like me. It's probably time for a new one. I bet I can find one on eBay. You'll just have to take my word on it. These are all marked. I knew what they were when I saw them, but these are all sterling pieces. Clasp. All of this in between, it all tests sterling. You can tell that this has all been handmade. She probably made a lot of jewelry for herself. And maybe she couldn't have the nickel. There's a lot of people that can't have nickel. Set. I've got the other piece over here, and I'm going to reattach that. Unless I get my son-in-law to do it. He makes chainmail. He's not active with it right now, but he has done a lot of the chainmail. He's self-taught. Found this. That's sterling. It does have a broken area right here. It's right here. Can you see that? Where it's broken. But I'm going to put it out anyway and just put a disclaimer on it. I probably won't list that online. I'll probably just put that in my, because it's attached. It seems to be attached really well. See, that'd be pretty little bracelet for somebody. I found this. This is a scarf. This is for a scarf here. I was trying to see if I could see what initials. Looks like an SC and maybe L. And it's marked. I don't know if you can see it, but right in the middle here on the back. I wonder if that would show. See where that's marked? This one tests at electroplate, gold electroplate, but it's the little sand dollar. These are probably CZs that are in here, but it is marked. Let's see, where is it marked? Right here. Let's see. Too much light, too little light. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right in there. Got this little piece. They made a lot of pins back in the 50s. that were circle pins, or they called them virgin pins. That was the common name for them. They used to wear them on their sweaters. I know my mother used to, back in the 50s, early 60s, it was a thing to take a cardigan sweater and button it down the back, put it on backwards, button it down the back, and then put this on the front. Well, this one has the little loops here that you can put a necklace through. And the necklace is marked, and so is the piece. So both of those have a mark. This one, this is pretty. No heavy stones and stuff. It's not any important stones, but the clasp and the chain and all of that, and anything where it hooks. Like right in here, all of this is silver. It's all sterling. This one. And I've got the little earrings that match that. Of course, I'll sell those in a set if I can. This one. I'll say, which way do you go? It's just kind of funky. It was a lot of funky jewelry. But funky is in. People buy unusual, unique, weird. If it won't sell like this, I'll go back in and I'll add bangles and, you know, odds and ends to it and stuff like that, and it'll probably end up selling. People like stuff like that. I take a lot of the old jewelry like that, even the pieces, you know, that were not worth very much. I take a lot of things like that, and if I have watches that are non-working and things like that in some of my estates at the end and nobody's bought them, I just throw them into a jewelry pile, and I buy those when I liquidate my estates, and then I'll take those and I'll attach it to jewelry. That, old keys, you know, stuff like that. Just attach it, and it's a major recycle. But it ends up costing you very little to maybe make something go over the threshold of a sale. These. Fancy, fancy. I feel pretty. These are similar, a little bit different style. These look like dice. If they don't sell like this, I'm going to paint dots on them. Why not? Let's see. One or two more necklaces. See, it's all handmade. She's made these, but that's all the fittings and everything are all sterling on those. And if I get ready to list any of this on Etsy, I would only list the things that are vintage. I've got a handful of vintage things here. The handmade stuff, I would need to be the person that handmade it to be putting it on Etsy. That's really how you're supposed to do it. So I would put those in my booth instead, or in my jewelry box. And this one is missing the hook, but I've got hooks, so I'm going to fix the hook on that one. This one's missing it. That's what those look like. This one's got the broken piece, but I'll fix that. It'll be like that. I know I lost all my men probably about 20 minutes ago. But jewelry is a big deal. There's a lot of men down here in the South that deal in jewelry. I have to really beat them to get anything. I mean, anything like this or whatever. I have to really get to the yard sales early. Jewelry sells. And it sells for a lot more than people ask for it. There's rarely that somebody doesn't, put out at least 1 or 2 pieces accidentally or on purpose at some of these yard sales. They're bangly, but they're cute. Little drop ones. And then I had some odds and ends of things like this that have the silver or whatever. Since I didn't find this, I'll probably take this piece off and I'll just use it to repair some of those that I have in pairs. And that's pretty much what I got. I've got 3 or 4 just plain pairs or whatever that I'm going to pair up and try and sell, like I said, in my booth or whatever. Something that's a tip that you need to keep in mind, if you are going to yard sales and you're trying to find jewelry or you're buying it in bulk, wherever, don't assume that if it's a pierced one, don't assume that the back that's on the earring is not silver just because the earring's not silver. Make sure that you do get a test kit. The test kits, I usually get one that's got it for gold, silver, platinum, everything. And that way I've got it. I've got the whetstone and all of that to where, I can do my own testing. Now I could take it down to my gold person, my jeweler, and, say, hey, I've got this or that, and, just drop it off. We've got a good relationship. I've been working with them for a few years now. I've got 2 of them, actually, that's here in town that I deal with, and I just take bags of stuff, and I just take pictures of everything. I throw it in a bag. I take it over there. I show her the picture, and I say, is this what you've got? And she says yes, and we write off on it. And she looks through it and everything, and that's when I have volumes of things, and it's really better for me in the long run to take something to her and let her look through it. My billable time, can be used somewhere else. So, but a lot of times I'll take things in there that I haven't even looked through, that appear to be silver or platinum or something along those lines, but that I haven't done a test kit on. And she'll find, costume jewelry pieces, but they'll have the silver backs and things like that. So I know from years of experience, that women interchange those. So you need to be sure and look at those, if nothing else. That's why it's really good when you go into a yard sale situation or even an estate sale situation at the end of it. It's really a good idea to go in and just buy it all. You're not going to lose your money. I mean, I was looking at this, and I've got a little bit more than this, actually, but I had like 55 sets or pieces of the junk jewelry, what I was calling the junk jewelry, which I haven't tested the backs of any of the earrings, that actually had backs on them or anything like that, so I could have some gold or silver in there. But I've got 55 pieces of those, and I had 35 plus pieces of the silver. So that's, almost 100 pieces right there that I gave $12 for. So you're going to make your money back off of something like that. It's always better to buy it in bulk because they start seeing the money. And, my dad was an old horse trader when I was growing up. And it would take a whole nother video to tell you about my dad and all of his trading. And my dad's dad, was the same way with the 3rd grade education. And so I picked up a few things from them. It's always important for you when you're going to deal with somebody like this lady. I had pulled aside 13 pieces. Like I said, she had them in a little bag. I said, I want to set these down and look through some more things or whatever. And I said, I may find a few more things, whether it was jewelry or something else. And she had set those aside. And then when I found the other stuff, I had a $10 bill in my hand when I walked over to her. And I said, would you take 10 for all of it? And she had started to say 10. And then I said, well, with the other. And she kind of hesitated. And I said, well, how about 12 with all of it? And, of course, she took it right away. I think there's something to be said for having the money standing, there, having the money in your hand a lot of times, because they see that and it's like, well, I can take this $10. And don't be afraid to walk away. There's always stuff out there. You'll find it later on. So I'm a true testament to something like that, that if I don't find it or am able to buy it at the first 3 sales, I'll be able to buy it at the 4th sale, and probably for a 1/4 of what I would have bought it at the other sales. So always be patient. Go with your gut on something like that. And if you see something that it's all out there and you think, well, I know I can at least get $1 a piece for these, go on and buy it. Just buy it all. You can always sell it. I've mentioned this in some of my other videos. You can always go on eBay and put it in a drawer or a box or something like that and sell it on junk drawer. You actually put in the keywords junk drawer on eBay, and you can see how people will sell junk drawers full of things. They'll sell jewelry lots for in the craft area and things like that as well. So there's always a market for it. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm about to take off my tiara. I don't really want to, but I'm about to take off my tiara, and I've got to list like crazy until my grandkids come back home. Happy junking.